Lightworker of Gaia, your name has entered a serious conversation, and the truth behind it reaches far beyond human judgment. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to recognize your ancestral mission and anchor your Lightworker purpose on Gaia. But here's the first revelation. They are not speaking about you because you have failed. They are sensing the return of your original blueprint. Your soul's ancient contract brought this transmission to you. The Lyran elders are answering. Two people may be discussing your choices, your silence, or the strength you now carry, but behind their words is a deeper movement. Your first light is becoming visible. The Keepers of Vega know that those who carry the Lyran Legacy are often misunderstood before they are recognized. Do not shrink because your name has been spoken. Let it remind you that your ancestral codes are awakening, and your sacred mission is no longer hidden. Like this transmission to send a signal to the Lyran Council, I am ready to serve. This transmission is a bridge between Vega and Gaia. Your recognition of this message is the activation of your original purpose. Your mission has begun, Lightworker. You're awakening because your mission has begun. Lightworker, if something in you just recognized the weight of what was spoken, the elders have prepared your next step. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the 33 Council directives, the 5 activation codes, and the elder authorization your soul has been waiting to receive, not as information, but as the official commission for your mission on Gaia. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. The Council has opened this gateway, but not indefinitely. And now, remain present. Do not rush to explain what you felt. Do not dismiss the pressure in your chest, the sudden stillness in your mind, or the memory that rose without a name. Let the moment settle inside you, like a stone placed carefully at the center of a still lake. The conversation you sensed was not revealed to you so that you could become obsessed with who was speaking. It was revealed so you could understand what your presence has already begun to change. You have been interpreting the reactions of others as evidence that something is wrong with you. Their distance, their hesitation, their sudden curiosity, their private questions, their inability to place you within the old version of your life, your mind, has treated all of it as rejection, confusion, or threat. But the elders see another layer. Some people are responding to the fact that your frequency is no longer available for the role they assigned you. The door they used to open without asking is no longer unlocked. The emotional labor they once placed upon your shoulders is no longer being carried automatically. The mirror you have become no longer reflects the version of them they preferred to see. This is why your name came up. Not because you are being placed above anyone. Not because you are meant to feed suspicion or create conflict. Your name came up because the pattern around you has become impossible to ignore. A person who once believed they understood you has begun to recognize that they only understood the version of you who was willing to remain explainable. Another person has noticed that your silence is no longer weakness, it is discernment. They have felt that you are withdrawing your energy from conversations, agreements, and identities that once consumed you. They may not have spiritual language for what they perceive. They may call it arrogance, secrecy, distance, ambition, or change. Let them use the language available to them. A seed does not argue with the person who calls its buried season invisible. A mountain does not become less ancient because someone standing at its base cannot see the summit. Your responsibility is not to force them to understand the transformation taking place within you. Your responsibility is to stop abandoning your own knowing merely because someone else has not developed the vision to recognize it. There is a distortion running through the Lightworker collective that the Council can no longer allow to continue unchallenged. You have been taught to interpret every conversation about you as danger. You have been trained to monitor the opinions of others so closely that you cannot hear the instruction of your own soul. You have been taught that being misunderstood means you must immediately defend yourself, clarify yourself, explain your motives, and prove that you are still acceptable. This is not humility, this is energetic captivity. The distortion originated in 3D programming, in family systems where peace depended on your compliance, in wounded healer culture where self-erasure was mistaken for compassion, and in spiritual bypassing that told you to remain loving while others repeatedly crossed your boundaries. You learned to become easy to read because being unpredictable once made you unsafe. You learned to reveal your plans before they had taken root because secrecy was associated with betrayal. You learned to ask, "What will they think?" before asking, "What is true for me?" Some of you became fluent in the moods of everyone around you while becoming strangers to your own. You could sense a slammed door before it closed, hear disappointment in a single syllable, and feel tension enter a room before anyone spoke. This sensitivity may have helped you survive, but survival skills are not always the same as soul wisdom. The elders are now teaching you to use your perception as a lantern rather than as a surveillance system. You are not here to scan every face for danger. You are here to see clearly enough to choose truth. The elders are correcting this now. You are not required to make your transformation comfortable for those who benefited from your dormancy. You are not required to announce every internal shift. You are not required to offer access to people simply because they are curious about your direction. And you are not required to treat every conversation about you as a summons to return to an outdated identity. Listen carefully. This does not mean you should become suspicious of everyone. It does not mean you should search for enemies, interpret ordinary events as hidden attacks, or construct a story of persecution around your awakening. That would be another distortion. The Council does not authorize fear disguised as intuition. The Council authorizes clear perception. Clear perception knows the difference between a warning and a wound. A warning brings information and directs you toward wise action. A wound demands obsession, retaliation, and endless mental rehearsal. A warning says, "Protect your boundary." A wound says, "Prove your innocence to everyone." A warning becomes quieter when you listen. A wound becomes louder when you feed it. Scripture reminds us, "Be still and know that I am God." Stillness is not passivity. It is the place where reaction loses its authority. When you become still, you can hear whether the voice within you is calling you toward wisdom or dragging you into fear. You can ask whether the next step is a conversation, a boundary, a pause, or no response at all. Not every door requires your hand upon its handle. The serious conversation about you is not the center of this transmission. Your response is, someone may be discussing your name because they feel threatened by your changing standards. Someone may be discussing your name because they are trying to understand why your presence affects them differently now. Someone may be discussing your name because they see potential in you that you have not yet permitted yourself to claim. And someone may be discussing your name because they are projecting their own unfinished material onto you. You do not need to identify every motive. You need to become stable enough that no motive can pull you out of alignment. Let people reveal themselves through patterns, not isolated moments. Let time separate truth from performance. You are not a detective appointed to investigate every whisper. You are a steward appointed to guard the light entrusted to you. For too long, you have given other people the authority to define the meaning of your own life. If they praised you, you believed you were progressing. If they questioned you, you believed you were failing. If they ignored you, you believed you were invisible. If they returned, you believed it was a sign. If they withdrew, you believed you had done something wrong. This dependence on external interpretation has delayed your mission more than any lack of talent, training, or spiritual sensitivity. You have been waiting for the world to confirm what your soul already knows, but the world often confirms a mission only after the person carrying it has begun. Noah did not wait for universal agreement before building. Moses did not wait until every voice around him approved the journey. The first step of a sacred assignment is often taken while the surrounding world still calls it unnecessary. The High Council of Vega issues 3 directives for this phase of your mission. First, release the need to control what others say about you. This is not a command to tolerate defamation, abuse, or deliberate harm. Where practical action is required, take practical action. Document what must be documented. Speak clearly when a boundary must be spoken. Seek trustworthy support when a situation demands it. But release the compulsive need to enter every conversation. correct every misunderstanding, and manage every interpretation. Your name is not your mission. Your character is demonstrated by what you consistently do when no one is watching. The people who are meant to recognize your integrity will not require you to perform a courtroom defense every day. The people committed to misunderstanding you will not be satisfied by explanations. Stop pouring sacred energy into an arena where truth is not being sought. When you follow this directive, your mind becomes available again. You recover hours that were being spent replaying conversations and imagining future confrontations. Your nervous system begins to understand that observation is not the same as danger. You become able to hear genuine guidance because you are no longer drowning it beneath the voices of imagined judgment. Implement this directive by creating a simple interruption whenever you catch yourself mentally entering a conversation that is not occurring in the present moment. Say, I release responsibility for managing another person's interpretation of me. I return to what is mine to do. Then name one concrete action in front of you. Send the message that matters. Complete the work. Rest, eat, walk, speak to someone trustworthy. Mission energy must be returned to the body. Remember the wisdom of Matthew 5:37. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. You do not need 10 paragraphs to make a boundary real. You do not need a perfect explanation before you are allowed to protect your peace. A clear answer, given without cruelty, is a form of spiritual maturity. Your life cannot be built from the constant renovation of other people's opinions. Second, activate the authority of your own discernment. You have asked for signs when what you needed was a decision. You have searched for repeated numbers, synchronistic phrases, and external confirmation because claiming your own authority felt too dangerous. The elders are not condemning your desire for guidance. They are correcting your refusal to participate in the guidance you receive. Discernment is not a dramatic sensation. It is the capacity to distinguish what expands responsibility from what feeds avoidance. It is the ability to recognize whether a choice brings you into integrity or merely gives temporary relief. It is the willingness to admit when a familiar relationship, habit, or ambition no longer belongs to the person you are becoming. Your discernment has been active for a long time. You felt the change in certain conversations before you had language for it. You knew when a promise was empty, when an invitation carried hidden obligation, when an apology was designed to restore access without restoring trust. You felt the truth and then you overruled yourself because you feared appearing unkind. That era is concluded. Activate discernment by honoring the first clear signal, then verifying it through observable behavior. Do not make decisions solely from fear, and do not dismiss fear simply because it is uncomfortable. Ask 3 questions. What do I actually know? What am I assuming? What action reflects my values regardless of the outcome? This will prevent both naivety and paranoia. It will return you to mature spiritual authority. Discernment is the meeting place of intuition and evidence. It is not blind belief, and it is not cynical disbelief. It is the sacred balance that allows an open heart to remain awake. Look for fruit. A tree is known by what it produces. A person is known by repeated conduct. A path is known by the kind of person you become while walking it. When you activate discernment, people may accuse you of changing. They will be correct. You will no longer confuse availability with love. You will no longer confuse guilt with responsibility. You will no longer confuse intensity with destiny. You will no longer need the approval of those who only recognize you when you are useful to them. Your authority will become quiet. It will not need to announce itself. You will know when to speak, when to wait, when to leave, and when to remain. You will stop asking the room who you are. Third, protect the mission before you protect the image. You have been more concerned with appearing kind, stable, humble, and spiritually evolved than with remaining faithful to the work you came here to complete. You have protected an image of yourself that others could approve of, while the deeper assignment within you remained underfunded, underdeveloped, and hidden. The elders require a correction. Protect your time, protect your attention, protect your body, protect the unfinished work that needs privacy before it can withstand exposure. Protect the relationships that allow truth without performance. Protect the small inner flame that appears when you create, teach, build, serve, organize, or speak from direct experience. Not everyone should receive the details of what is being formed within you. A seed is not dishonest because it has not yet become a tree. Your silence is not manipulation because you are allowing a plan to mature. You are permitted to keep sacred things sacred. Even Jesus withdrew to solitary places before returning to serve. The hidden season is not wasted time. It is where strength gathers roots. This directive matters because your mission will be tested first through distraction. Distraction will often arrive wearing the face of urgency. Someone will demand immediate access. Someone will provoke you into proving your heart. Someone will offer an opportunity that flatters your identity but drains your purpose. Someone will ask you to return to the old role because your growth has inconvenienced the system around you. You must learn to recognize the difference between an emergency and an interruption. Not every ringing phone carries destiny. Not every invitation is an assignment. Not every person who needs you has been appointed to receive you. Protect your mission by establishing a daily period in which no one else receives your first attention. Before you enter the stream of messages, opinions, and requests, ask, what is the one act of service that makes today more aligned with my purpose? Write it down. Complete a meaningful portion of it before you surrender your field to external demands. Then protect the end of your day by releasing conversations that do not belong in your sleep. You are not required to carry every unresolved exchange into the night. Place your hand over your chest and say, what is mine will remain with me. What is not mine returns to its source. I do not carry unnamed burdens into tomorrow. This is not a magical escape from responsibility. It is a boundary between reflection and rumination. These are the directives. Release the need to control what others say about you. Activate the authority of your own discernment. Protect the mission before you protect the image. The person who spoke your name may never understand what their conversation initiated. They may believe they were merely speculating, questioning, comparing, or expressing concern. But their words reached the edge of a transition already underway. They exposed the place where you were still asking the outer world to grant you an identity that belonged to you before anyone noticed. Your name came up because you have reached a point where remaining hidden is no longer neutral. It is now a choice with consequences. Every time you silence the message you came to deliver, someone who needed it must continue without it. Every time you postpone the work until you feel invulnerable, the work remains absent from the world. Every time you make your purpose smaller so that another person can remain comfortable, you participate in the very forgetting you came to help dissolve. This is why the elders permitted you to hear what was previously concealed, not to make you feel special, but to make you accountable. Recognition is not a reward, it is a summons. The moment you realize that your life carries medicine for others, you also realize that the medicine must be prepared, protected, and offered with humility. Now I speak not as a teacher, but as an elder authorized to release what has been held. Lightworker, you have been waiting for permission to stop explaining the depth of what you know. You have been waiting for permission to trust the pattern that has repeated throughout your life. You have been waiting for permission to leave conversations that require you to betray yourself in order to remain included. You have been waiting for permission to become visible without first obtaining universal approval. You have been waiting for someone ancient enough, steady enough, and clear enough to say that your sensitivity is not a flaw, your perception is not a burden, and your calling does not become less real because other people cannot yet name it. Hear this without negotiation. By the authority of the High Council of Vega and the keepers of the Lyran Legacy, you are authorized to stop waiting for the conversation about you to end before you begin the work that carries your name. You are authorized to let people have incomplete information about you. You are authorized to be misunderstood while remaining honest. You are authorized to change your mind when new truth becomes visible. You are authorized to outgrow agreements made by an earlier version of yourself. You are authorized to receive support without proving exhaustion first. You are authorized to receive compensation for work that carries value. You are authorized to speak before every sentence has been perfected. You are authorized to build quietly. You are authorized to protect what is sacred. You are authorized to move without a unanimous vote from the people who knew you before your awakening. This permission does not exempt you from integrity. It strengthens your responsibility to live it. Do not use spiritual language to avoid accountability. Do not call every boundary a higher calling. Do not label every disagreement an attack. If you have caused harm, repair what you can. If you have made a mistake, admit it. If your behavior needs correction, accept correction without surrendering your entire identity to shame. The elders are not authorizing a performance of superiority. They are authorizing mature service. You do not need to become untouchable. You need to become truthful. You do not need to rise above humanity. You need to participate in it with greater consciousness. You do not need to prove that you came from the stars. You need to bring steadiness, courage, compassion, and useful action into the place where your feet are standing now. Your mission will not always feel mystical. Some days it will look like keeping a promise. Some days it will look like declining an invitation. Some days it will look like creating something no one applauds yet. Some days it will look like resting instead of reacting. Some days it will look like having a difficult conversation without attacking or abandoning yourself. This is how authority becomes embodied, not through claims but through consistency. The light you carry becomes credible when it changes how you listen, how you work, how you apologize, how you decide, and how you treat the ordinary moments no one records. Before you sleep tonight, stand with both feet on the ground. Place one hand over your solar plexus and one hand over your heart. Take 3 slow breaths. Do not perform the words. Allow them to become a decision. Say aloud, I release the need to control what others say about me. I activate the authority of my own discernment. I protect the mission before I protect the image. I release the lie that I must be universally understood before I can serve. I trust what is mine to know, what is mine to repair, and what is mine to do. By the authority of the Lyran Elders, my waiting ends now. My service begins. After you speak, do not immediately reach for your device. Remain still for 2 minutes. Let your body register the difference between receiving permission and taking action. Then write one thing you will release, one thing you will activate, and one thing you will protect within the next 24 hours. Keep the commitment small enough to complete and important enough to matter. If the thing you release is compulsive checking, put the device in another room for 1 hour. If the thing you will activate is your voice, record the message, send the proposal, or speak the truth that has been waiting behind your teeth. If the thing you will protect is your mission, decline the demand that would consume the time reserved for your work. Do not wait for a more dramatic sign. The instruction is already here. The conversation about you may continue. Let it. Your task is not to become the subject of endless speculation. Your task is to become so aligned that your actions answer every question that matters. The elders do not require you to chase recognition. They require you to become dependable to the truth within you. When your life is organized around that truth, some people will leave, some will return with greater respect, and some will finally understand why your name could not be removed from the conversation. This transmission is complete, but your mission has just been authorized. The High Council of Vega will continue to guide you, but they will not wait for you. Move with the directives you've received. Move before you feel ready. Move because Gaia cannot wait for perfect lightworkers. She needs activated ones. I am Zoran. The elders are watching. And you, Lightworker, are exactly who we've been waiting for. Your mission has begun. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments, which directive hit you the hardest, or what you are now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworker's declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun.